I'm Kat.
I'm Mike.
I'm Jay.
And today we're reviewing Prometheus.
Remember to like the video for Prometheus or else aliens will take over your family.
And also subscribe. This is an action horror sci-fi and Ridley Scott directed it. Yes, Ridley. Now you're back.
You still got it.
His wife's hot side down with that chick who's in all the photos with him.
She gave me a semi. This is a prequel to Alien.
However, not a direct prequel. Basically, they just didn't want to stick to the exact story. So it's in the same universe, but it's not an actual direct prequel.
What do you think, though? Don't you think it's a prequel?
Not really.
Well, what do you mean?
Well,
there's other ones.
It's kind of cheeky, though, for them to say that it's not a direct prequel. This is going to be a sticky, slimy, dark, and creepy review because we can't really say much without giving stuff away.
Yeah.
Almost every scene is a little spoiler.
So a team of explorers essentially goes out into space to find out the origins of humans. They found these drawings all around the Earth,
Jason sounds like an old cedar door today.
They found these drawings and pictures all around the Earth from all different societies and different civilizations in the past, all not having contact with each other, all the same things. That it was an invitation to go find these creatures, and that's what they go. They go out on the ship Prometheus in order to find this. Wayland Corp, this is played by Guy Pearce.
Yep.
He has hired them to go out and find God.
You might have seen the promo trailer with the TED Talk with Guy Pearce.
Amazing. Also, the opening, it describes the beginning of Earth and it's shot in Iceland. I want to go to Iceland quite badly. As for acting, I thought the acting was spot on. I thought everyone was picked really, really well. Apparently for the main girl, people were up for the role like Natalie Portman and Olivia Wilde. But this girl won, the girl from the Dragon Tattoo.
Naomi Rapace.
She plays Elizabeth Shaw. That's the main character. She's the main scientist slash archaeologist. She does a fantastic job. So she's kind of the Sigourney Weaver in this movie.
Hang on.
No.
She's not like Ripley.
She's not. No, I know.
Doesn't have the same fight in her.
The guts and the spit.
Exactly. She's got a different motive to survival.
Michael Fassbender plays the android, as you know.
Wow.
And he just keeps proving himself over and over again in every movie that he's in. Jason told me that he based his character on how. What did grab me for like the first 5 minutes in the film was the art direction, the set design, everything looked
Should
cool.
we really quickly finish up the actors?
No, yeah.
Charlize Theron is also in this. She plays Vickers, Meredith Vickers. She's the captain.
Such a bitch.
But I ended up liking her. She was kind of sassy.
I think blondes just like blondes automatically.
I didn't like her.
Although,
I think she was a
What are
little,
you looking at?
It was a little pointless.
Look over there.
Out the window.
Although-
Her character was a little pointless.
she also has the coolest apartment ever. I really, really want it.
All blondes want what other blondes have.
Oh, and she also has this really cool machine for any kind of surgery and stuff. The scene that comes up with that is maybe the best scene in the movie.
Yeah, that is probably the creepiest one.
Idris Elba is in it. He is kind of like the sub-captain, I guess.
Put salami and mayonnaise on it.
You remind me of the black guy from the original Alien.
Yeah.
I think he was the one in the film that might have had some of the best acting.
What I really loved about this film was the art direction. First, like 5 minutes, looking inside the spacecraft that the humans are traveling in, all the sci-fi tech that they're using. Even though it doesn't really jive with the first Alien movie, I still thought it was amazingly cool.
And the CGI was fantastic. Also, they tried to use as little CGI as possible. They tried to do as much in the movie as they could, something that Ridley Scott just prefers to do.
I guarantee it's going to win Best Visual Effects at the Oscars this year. As for the cinematography, I think it's going to get nominated. It's the same dude who did The Crow cinematography, Dark City. They did a bunch of crap, like The Mexican and all the pirate films, but this is his best work ever.
Right.
Now, Geiger was brought back in. Now, if you don't know who Geiger is, then you really are not an Alien fan.
He did the original art for the Alien movies. He came up with what the alien looked like.
He was basically in charge of reverse engineering all of what the aliens look like.
Costuming was also great, and the story was fantastic. I thought it was really scary. There were a little bit of holes.
Some
There's
gaps,
some holes.
some slimy holes.
But I was scared. There's so many homages and little... Oh, I remember that from the first one.
There's some things that did bother me. The look and feel of some creatures I didn't feel like was on par. It didn't even fit the theme of Alien. It's a good sci-fi flick.
It asked more questions than answers. Then, Mike, what's your score?
My overall score is an 8 out of 10. I loved it overall, but it's not something like blew me away. It didn't like reinvent sci-fi or anything like that.
Cat Chat?
I give it a 9 out of 10. I loved it. It loses points for the holes that are in it, and
Point.
for
Loses a point.
the holes that were in it, the questions left unanswered, and just a few small moments. But overall, I loved this movie. I would go see it again. I would pay full price and see it yet
Wanna
again
go
in
tonight?
theaters. Okay, let's go. Jay, what's your final score?
Jay,
what's
what's
your
your
final
final
score?
score? 7.5 out of 10. And my expectations for the film were extremely high. It's very frustrating to review this film because I don't want to give away anything. I can say that Wayland is in the film before they take off to go on this huge adventure. And when you see him, sort of takes me out of the movie because it is played by Guy Pearce. He's got this prosthetics all over his face and he looks like a very old person. He looks amazing, but his body movements and everything did not match how old he's supposed to be in the film. You know, they could have made a better choice here and just brought an old actor in.
It's supposed to be like 150.
I know, but they could have still brought somebody in.
I think what Jay's saying is they needed an old dude more than they needed a young dude. So why would they get a youngish actor just for the TED promotional thing? The film is more important than the promotional
thing.
It,
it still feels like somebody had some contract obligations here and put him into the film.
Clint Eastwood.
It's just not working.
He looks like a grilled cheese sandwich.
It takes you right out of the film.
Right out, and you want to go right in.
That's my score. Again, Wayland really brought it down for me.
It loses 2 points for me because the aliens remind me of my ex-girlfriends. Instead of going in your stomach and being born, they rip your heart out of your own asshole.
But you know what I'm saying here. It's like bringing Darth Vader back in the prequels.
I'm with you, bud.
You know?
3 kilobytes.